Okay, so in today's video I have got week 29 of my 365 days of art challenge, so if you want to see that, then keep on watching. Okay, so I actually filmed this a few weeks ago, so I can't actually really remember which ones I did this week, so I guess as you find out, I will also be finding out, and yeah, kind of trying to remember which ones I actually did. This first one I think is the only one that I can actually remember. Obviously, as you can see, basically just colouring in the apples different colours and different patterns, different techniques. So I did these first three with watercolour. I think I actually did all of them with watercolour. I've done one of these before, and I think I used quite a lot of like pencils and stuff like that, so I wanted to use sort of a different technique this time, so I went with watercolour for these, and then obviously just picked out some different colours, some different sort of patterns, obviously just blending in and sort of seeing what happened basically. So yeah, that was essentially what we did for this one, and this one that I'm working on now was actually probably one of my favourites. I think that actually came out quite cool, I don't know. But yeah, so started off with a nice easy one with the apples. Also just want to say again, like with my previous however many videos, if you can hear my fan in the background, then again I apologise. It's like 30 degrees in the UK at the minute, so filming and editing these sort of, well, not filming them but editing them sort of all together is actually horrible. It's like, it's really hot if I don't have a fan on, so yeah, if you can hear it, I apologise, please try to ignore it. But yeah, there is no way that I would be doing this without a fan on. It's just way too hot, and any single time I open my window more than an inch, I end up with the whole cast of A Bug's Life in my room, no matter what time of day it is. So I'm kind of just resorting to using a fan rather than even opening any windows or anything, because I don't want to have to clean up bugs and stuff constantly and get rid of them. But anyway, yeah, all that to basically say, if you can hear my fan, then I'm sorry. Hopefully you won't be able to, but you might be able to hear it a little bit. But yeah, anyway, this second one that we did, we've done a similar one in the past. The one that I did in the past though was a whole page instead of just this half page. But I basically did exactly the same as what I did last time. I used my Zebra fine liner pens to create the colours, and yeah, that was essentially all I did for that. That wasn't very difficult. Yeah, that was quite a quick and simple one. This next one, I think if I remember correctly, was about drawing in like grids or something, and like not like thinking about the positioning of certain things and whatever. So I basically had a glass bottle, a can and a water bottle on my desk at the time, which you can kind of see above the book here. You can't obviously see it all, but you can see most of it. So yeah, I just kind of arranged them like next to each other and then just drew them, because it said on there to sort of think about the positioning of things and not having them all in the center and that basically. So yeah, I just positioned them all sort of separately to each other and then just sketched them in that in the grid. And then the next one was a calligraphy one, and I think it said to write the name of someone close to you or something, so I went with my boyfriend and my best friend, and again that was quite a quick and simple easy one to do. I just thought it was yeah, just a quick simple one. This, I actually have no idea what that is. I think I'm just drawing random things, but I don't really know why. I can't actually remember what this prompt is. It probably would have been helpful if I'd actually looked in the book at the ones that I did. I think, oh, I don't even know. I don't even want to guess because I'm not even sure. I wanted to say it was like drawing without really like looking at the objects or something like that. I don't really know, I'm not really too sure. Yeah, like I said, it probably would have been helpful if I'd actually had a look before I started doing this voiceover, as I literally recorded these clips maybe 2-3 weeks ago. I think they were the nails that I had on for my birthday, so it might have even been longer than that. And you can probably see I have quite a bad sunburn in this. Yeah, that was not great, and I got that sunburn a week after my birthday, so yeah, that's how long ago this was filmed. It's probably about 2 months now, maybe. But yeah, anyway, this next one that we did was just creating patterns in the grid. So again, I went back to my zebra fine liners, because there's obviously such a variation of colours with those, but I don't feel like there's too many that it's overwhelming. I feel like sometimes if you have too many options, then it can become difficult to kind of figure out what you actually want to do, and what colours you want to use. But when you've kind of got a selection but you've not got tons, it becomes easier to sort of manage. So yeah, I decided to use those for this, and then as you can see, just sort of trying to think up different designs and different patterns and whatever else, and then I kind of lost any extra ideas, so I then decided to do a couple with watercolour, because I thought even if I am doing the same pattern, it's been done with something different, so I thought that would maybe help a little bit. But I only did a couple with watercolours and then went back to the fine liners again. But yeah, I think overall, even though I was kind of struggling with what to do, they actually came out okay, and I think there's a decent variation with them, and yeah, they actually look not too bad. And then the next one that we did was the one next to obviously the one that we've just done the patterns, and this was one that I've kind of been wanting to do for a long time, but I didn't really know how long it was going to take, so I never really decided to set aside the time for it. But it didn't actually take too long in the end. I think it maybe took 10-15 minutes to do, maybe a little bit longer than that, but basically all I'm doing is creating a colour wheel. So the ones around the outside are like obviously the main colours, and then the ones on the ring inside are those colours but just lighter versions. So what I was doing, obviously you can see I'm using my watercolours, so I obviously selected the colour that I was going to use, mixed it in a couple of occasions. Again, my watercolours is similar to the zebra fine liners. I have a decent amount of them, but not too many, so sometimes I do have to sort of mix them together to get something different. But yeah, what I was doing was just taking the colour that I wanted for the outer ring, and then once I'd filled that in, I then went back into my mixing palette and added some white to it, or just added a little bit extra water to dilute it a little bit more. So yeah, that I wasn't kind of mixing like multiple colours, because I just did the bigger one, and then like I said, either watered it down or added some white to it. And I feel like some of them definitely could have varied a little bit more, like the orange and the like yellow orange colour. The colours that were supposed to be lighter definitely were still quite dark, and very similar to the colour that's on the outer ring. But by the time I got around to the greens and then the blues, I felt like it did get a little bit better, and they did actually start looking a little bit different. But obviously they were the last ones that I did, so I kind of got the hang of it a little bit more, and yeah, I kind of knew at that point how much water or how much white white watercolour to add. But yeah, this was quite a fun one actually, but I left this one to last, obviously because it's quite a lot of watercolour, so it was going to take a little while to dry. I mean, I know it is only watercolour, so it doesn't take forever, But yeah, I'm kind of impatient when I do these. I want to get one done and then move on to the next. So yeah, that's why I kind of left it till the end to do. And then also I thought that I don't really like doing these if they're not going to look smooth and nice. So I could have done these with pencils, but I thought watercolours would be easier because obviously you've got the ability to just dilute it a little bit or add some white. Instead of obviously using pencil crayons, I would have to find a colour and then find that same colour but lighter. And I just thought obviously watercolours would be easier. But yeah, I always try and sort of make them as smooth as I possibly can. But yeah, that was everything this week, and then obviously just marking everything off as we usually do. So that was week 29 of my 365 days of art challenge. Let me know which ones you like down below, and yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.